When I first came into KSU, I'm not the same person. I wouldn't know certain directors, certain people, had it not been for the connections that I've made within the department.
Hi guys! We're back with another episode of our podcast, and today we're gonna have a special guest on to talk about the theater department, the arts and dance, and all of the good things. So yeah,
Make sure y'all stay tuned in, and we hope you enjoy this video.
Yes.
Go Owls.
Woo, hooty hoo.
all right. So thanks, Ashton, for meeting with us. We're all access, but individually, I'm Sasha, and then
I'm Ellie.
I'm Amari.
And I'm Jaden.
Thank you so much for coming today to chat about your studies at KSU and your involvement in performing arts at KSU.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, being able to talk about it. It's pretty cool, so I'm excited.
Great. We just kind of want to start off with you introducing yourself, what you do on campus, what your major, your minor is, just whatever you want to say.
Yeah, so I'm a junior at KSU, so I'm an information systems major, and then I actually double minor. So I'm a dance minor for one, and then I also minor in digital media and advertising. Um, a little involved around campus. I'm a tour guide. I work in the admissions office. Been a part of a few organizations here and there, SGA, Trust, things like that. So, I've been a little here and there around campus for sure.
nice. So that's super interesting that you're an information studies major. And so have you always been like interested in arts or like how'd you get into like the whole dance, kind of like being involved with theater, all of those things?
Yeah, I've been like into like performing since I was like a child. So you see me around the house, I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm running around doing the thing. So that's always kind of been there. The older that I've gotten, more like in like high school, I was just thinking of more of like the things that I was really good at, other things, aside from like the arts aspect, things like that. So that's where I really got into like the ideas. As far as like ability and things like that, but like with dance and like performing, that's been with me since I was little. And I don't think I really got serious until probably like freshman year of college when I really started training seriously. But yeah.
I was gonna say it's really interesting because I feel like most people try to pick like a major and a minor that correlate more directly, but I feel like that leads them to then having to like give up a dream of theirs in order to pursue another one. So it's nice that you found a way to pursue both like a STEM major and like more of an arts like focused minor.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. When you like when you decided to go to KSU, was it because of their arts or was it just like, oh, I'm going to KSU for another reason and I'll also pursue like dance there?
Yeah. It was honestly a little bit of both. So like KSU was one of those schools where I wasn't like educated enough on it, but when I actually did the research, it was like KSU offers like too many programs of a little bit of everything that I do to really turn down. Just as far as like I said, I'm IS, but I can still dance, I can still act, and it's really good here. The professors are great. You get the training you need. But also, I'm just at a place where they don't limit you to one thing. They say, hey, if you can do this and you can do this, you can do it at the same time and excel at it. So that was really my like main reason of like coming to KSU, just really researching and finding out it was good at a little bit of everything. Yeah.
That's nice.
So,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Dan. Sorry.
I was gonna ask, what do you feel like dancing and like acting, just those type of things? Like, what out of that like sticks out to you? Like, what makes that special to you?
That's a good question. I love seeing the enjoyment on people's faces when I do perform. That's why I love like theater and TV and film. You have a certain amount of time to take people away from reality. When you watch a show, when you go see something, you're not thinking about anything outside. You know, it's me, it's you, and I have to give you a performance, but being able to like watch you enjoy it and watch you see me doing what I love is really what makes it like worthwhile for me, if that answers it.
I
Yes.
have a question about acting. So I know it's like
Hmm.
kind of different from like our pathways, of course. So like
Hmm.
when it comes to networking and booking gigs, like how does that work? Like do you do the research yourself or do you have like an agent that kind of like
Yeah.
brings all that to you? Like how does that work? Because I have a friend, Kyla. You may know her, but she's been like in a couple roles. And I think she has an
Hmm.
agent. So I'm just wondering like is that the same thing for you or no?
Yeah, it just depends. So agents are so the bigger like things you're going for. So like if I want to audition for like a Marvel movie or like Wicked just came out. If I want to work on a project like that, you're going to need an agent, like a big time agent for sure. I've been blessed enough where everything that I've done has been kind of been on my own. Actually, back in February, I had been filming the Miss Pat show on BET. And that was one of the first TV series that I had did. And Raven Simone was actually my director for the first week I was there. And it went so well, or when I was there, it went so well that they asked me to come back the next week. So I was able to do two episodes. So that was purely just like doing my job, but excelling, but like also networking and connecting with people. And my director for the second week was Jordan E. Cooper. He's an up and coming director and writer. He has a few things out that's like really good. And I ran into him actually a couple of weeks later after that, and we just kind of chatted. But a lot of that stuff is purely networking and connecting, knowing the right people. But most of the auditions and things that I've been in have pretty much been on my own. We're still trying to get an agent right now, but God's been blessing me with everything, so I'll take the wins right now.
Thank you. So, what would be your dream role, like your dream gig?
Ooh, dream gig. I would have to say I love a good sitcom. I love sitcoms. I'm a very goofy person. So if I could get a show like Hmm. If I could get like an ABC show or an FX show, be like one of the leads on that. Like, I don't know if you guys watch like The Bear
Mhm.
or Abbott, things like that. A show like that, I would like to be a lead in a show like that. Like that's the ultimate dream gig. Yeah.
That's cool. I feel like considering Atlanta is such a hub for film and television, has it been helpful going to a college that like we're really near the city or
Hmm.
when you're trying to pursue like acting outside of school productions?
Yeah. So I kind of go back and forth between New York and Atlanta. For more like theater-based auditions like Broadway, go to New York. A lot of people are coming to Atlanta for the film and TV stuff because I mean this is like the hub. So if you're planning on getting into that, this is definitely the place to do it. I mean, Stranger Things has been here for years since I was in like middle school. And like other series, Marvel has filmed movies, Black Panther, things like that. So um, this is definitely the spot to really be in for that. Yeah.
Speaking of Stranger Things, I know Barb Shannon
Hmm.
Purser was a KSU student at the time when she got the audition. Does
Hmm.
KSU have a partnership with Netflix? I feel like something about that sounds familiar, but like, is that a thing? Is that not?
So I've been told since I've been here, I haven't directly spoken with anyone as far as that. Now there are different professors that have like production companies that are connected to Netflix, so a lot of times the students are able to work on those projects. I know that for a fact, but I'm not really clear if like KSU as a whole has a partnership with
Makes
Netflix.
sense, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, tying it back a little bit to your studies at KSU, did you ever consider maybe doing like being like an entertainment and emerging media major to go along with dance, or were you always interested in information systems, or kind of just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so when I first came in, I was double majoring. So I was IS and acting. And I was kind of going through a whole thing like, okay, I'm getting the training that I need, but this is a ton of work on top of this, and I want to graduate on time and just get
Mhm.
those things done. So I dropped the acting major, but because of KSU, how their program operates, I was still able to still be involved just as much.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like the media and entertainment, I was like considering that, just kind of looking into it, but just everything that I was doing at the time and trying to switch majors and then the minors, it was just kind of overwhelming for me. So I didn't really make that switch, but I was never opposed
Mhm.
to it. I mean, a lot of my friends are
Yeah.
media and entertainment majors, so I love it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Jaden is. Yeah, so that's nice.
But yeah.
And
Um,
oh, go ahead. Sorry, Ellie.
so you can go ahead, Sasha.
Well, I was just gonna say, so I know you were already involved with like arts and everything and dance and all of that prior to KSU, but do you feel like what you've been working on and doing at KSU has kind of further put you on the right trajectory towards pursuing more serious things and stuff after? I know you've been kind of doing it simultaneously as well, but like, do you feel like KSU has kind of helped with that or set you up on a good path as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. When I first came into KSU, I'm not the same person now. I think KSU and also being in Atlanta humbled me. I would always say that I'm a humble person, but you come from an area where they're like, "Oh, you're really good. You're going to make it, and do this and that," and then you get up here and it's like, "Oh, I need to start back from square one." And they really helped me. I would not be the dancer that I am today if it wasn't for the dance department. Um, I wouldn't know certain directors, certain people, had it not been for the connections that I've made within the department and things like that. So KSU has definitely grown me as I can't even say performer, but as a creative. They've grown me tremendously just because of the positions I'm in now. So yeah.
That's nice to hear.
So with being a dance minor, I know you're in like KSU Productions, right? Weren't you just in
Yeah.
a play?
Yes.
How does that work? Like how does the audition process work? How much production time do y'all usually have? Like how does that work? I know nothing about acting at KSU, so
Yeah. So usually shows that are done during the fall, the auditions are held in the spring semester prior. So we just closed Blood Wedding. That's the play that I did. So I auditioned for Blood Wedding back in April, and I got offered the role probably a little after we got released for the summer. And then, so you can, it's auditions are open to anybody. As long as you get on the email list, they'll email you directly auditions and things like that. Sadly, right now it's kind of word of mouth. But once you do have that email list, you're able to find out. But you audition, and then even like in the fall, you can audition for like the spring shows and things like that. So we started rehearsals September, mid-September, early September, and we opened the show November 6th, so like that first week of November. Now, traditionally, for shows like in the professional theater realm, you have a month to do it all. Whether that be a musical or a play, you have a month to do everything and put on the stage. Now with KSU, it's more educational, more like we're teaching tactics, we're teaching things to put it on. So we have a little more time to really do it. But I think that's just what really amps up the shows for sure. But that's a little bit of like the audition process to the rehearsal to the actual show. But yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. I don't think that I had ever made the connection that anyone was allowed to audition. So that's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
do you think it's kind of like beginner friendly? Like if someone doesn't have any previous experience in theater, like is it kind of, can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so there are multiple productions throughout the year. Um, a lot of the main stage shows just depending on what they require. So like Blood Wedding we just did it's very dramatic. It's a very kind of serious and dark show, so that requires a lot of strong acting skills. Whereas a show I did last fall we did Pippin, that was more dance heavy. So it was very technical, things like that. But if you're not very strong in either of those things, they do have different shows that can like help you work up towards that. Like they do like different youth shows, where you learn different things and you work with kids, or anybody's welcome. They're going to find a fit for you. And if you don't find a fit yourself, there are different organizations within the department that allow you to kind of showcase that and really build that. So there's opportunities for everybody.
Oh, I
Okay.
love that. It's great to know.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about like blood wedding and like
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, Blood Wedding, and it's actually based on a true story, is set around this wedding. The original was set back in 1930 Spain. Our show was set a little later, but in like Montana, Midwestern type deal. Basically, there's a wedding that's going on. You have the bride and you have the bridegroom. Um, there's a whole situation with two different families. The families don't like each other, but the issue is that the bride, she had a she had her ex. Basically, I was the ex, and she just can't get over him. And I come back in the picture, um, basically like a wedding crasher type of deal. And I have my own situation with my own wife. I'm married in the show as well. I have a kid. So basically, it's just two people who are still in love with each other despite what they have going on in their lives, and we basically run away. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens, like it's set around like the forest, and the set was really cool. We had actual trees planted into the stage for the show. So it was really cool. But that's a little bit about the show, what it's about. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about producing like your own show or like, play or whatever and like actually like recruiting people and having auditions for that?
Yeah. Actually, as of recently, I've been kind of like starting up, well, not really theater, but I've been like drafting up a script for to work on a film, kind of like that. I've always been in like that director leader type of mode. So like I've choreographed multiple things, I've directed a few small projects, things like that. Um, as far as theater, I don't think I've ever gone that route, but I'm not opposed to it. But I can say I've done a little bit so far. Yeah.
Now, obviously, I know like you do the productions kind of outside of your major and your minor, but when it comes to being a dance minor, are you required to do like the dance productions and dance recitals every semester? Like, what are the requirements for being a dance minor, I guess?
Yeah. So it depends. So for a dance minor to take certain classes, you have to audition for certain classes. Um, Luckily, I've been able to do those classes. So like I've taken like ballet two or tap or modern. Um, so depending on the level of the class, you kind of have to audition for it. But like if you're taking like beginner level classes, they're pretty much open to anyone. And then like the shows that they do, um, where it's like company, they represent the department that's like the house dancers, and they're doing the shows, and then you have to audition for that. And different things that represent the department as a whole, you have to audition for.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite type of dance? Like what's your bread and butter?
Uh, Ballet's grown on me. I like jazz. And also tap a little bit. I do like to tap, just to do different tricks and stuff with it. But I'd probably say jazz is up there. Jazz for sure. Yeah.
Jazz is, I grew up dancing and I take
Hmm.
like a beginner, like adult class now outside of KSU just for fun.
Hmm.
I'm taking jazz this year. It's my favorite. But
Okay.
jazz is
Yeah.
like low key like a mental workout. Like you really have to, it requires a lot of thinking, at least I think. I don't know. But yeah.
It's
Fun.
Tap is, you go in thinking like I played football. So like I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna do a little 1 2 1 2, do the thing. Nah, they're going to catch you if your heel is
Yeah.
not touching the ground.
Mhm.
It's serious.
And
So
it's like if you're doing the background of a jazz routine and you mess up, okay, like maybe they don't see it, but in tap you can hear it. So it's like, ooh,
yeah,
the
yeah.
worst. Yeah.
It's funny, like I can't dance. I got two left feet for real, but like
Mhm.
I feel like tap just looks fun to do
Yeah.
It
until I do
is.
it, and then I realize like, okay, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. Literally.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for just dance and everything in general, but like ballet is just so majestic and beautiful to me, and I'm just like I could never. So
It gets you right. It gets you right for sure. Shout out Carolyn Perry here at KSU. She got my technique right. And I can point my toes and do pirouettes and stuff like that. But it takes a little time, but like it's good. But I can't dance like all those like Misty Copeland and people like that. Like those are people that have trained for years. But yeah, it's good.
So
nice.
can you tell us like, do you have any like other plays or like productions or anything coming up?
Yeah. So I've got a few films coming out. Um, it should be one later this month, if not after Christmas, but I've done a few films this past year, a few scat films, so they should be out at some film festivals, things like that. I got that coming out. I'm currently working on a show called Christmas Tradition at the Strand Theater in the Square in Marietta. So, like once we're done here, that's where I'm going to rehearsal. I'm actually tapping in that one too. I have a little tap solo. So doing that, singing, dancing, and all that. And then in the spring, I have a project lined up, but I can't speak on it now, but I have something good coming out then. But yeah,
We're definitely looking forward to, seeing what's to come.
sure.
It sounds like, I mean, as a student, like you gotta work on campus, take classes, you got a social life, and even just being involved with like theater and stuff like that. How do you juggle all that?
Uh, prayer, if I'm being honest. Prayer. I'm I'm a faith-based man, so like I thank God all the time for me being able to be put in those positions, just being grateful for those moments, but really learning time management from day one, um, of course. But the biggest thing was communication. Whether like my job or a show or a TV show that I'm working on, it's communicating what I have going on and letting them know, hey, this is what I have, this is what I'm doing. Are you able to work around it? Can we work around it? And my calendar and my to-do list, that's really how I get it done. Mainly just that organization, but communication, number one, for sure.
So, so what advice would you give to rising freshmen or current students who want to pursue an arts major or minor at Kennesaw? Like, what have you learned so far that you would pass it on?
What what advice would I give to like upcoming freshmen that are looking to pursue an arts major or minor?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, do do what you love, where your passion is at, because you have different concentrations within the majors or the minors. I can speak as far as acting. If this is something that you want to do, this is a good place to do it. But it's also going to take responsibility on your part to put you in the positions that you want to be in. Um, Everybody has a dream, everybody has a goal, and you can't just sit there and wait for it. So you have to go after it. Um, this is a great place, a great community to do that. The professors are great. They're going to help you. They're going to push you, but just also know to push yourself and always want to get better, um, because that's just going to take you so far and put you in so many different rooms. And that's what it's done for me. And just enjoy it. Just have fun, but do the work because it's going to pay off in the long run. So that's what I would say. Yeah.
That's great advice. Thank you so much, Ashton, for coming on the podcast today. We really appreciate it. This has been so interesting. I really like know very little about like the arts as a whole at KSU. So this is
Yeah.
great. Learning a lot.
No, I really appreciate you guys for sure. I was looking at some of the reels of our access. I'm like, okay, now this is my speed. Like I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I love what you guys do.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to just put some spotlight on it and, try to spread more information about arts and theater and dance that a lot of people don't know about. So, yeah, thank
Yeah,
you so
it's awesome.
much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, have a
Thank
great rest of
you.
your day. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you guys. All right.
Bye.
Bye.